Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily. Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at Dragonchain.com, America's blockchain.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. This is episode 6C. It's the 109th episode. This week on Number Go Up, Ethereum fees. And it looks like they went down just in this past maybe a few hours or a day, but they've been up for certain. So hopefully they go down a little bit so that you all can buy more JPEGs. But anyway, that's this week. In Dragonchain updates, we have an AMA in 1 week with Trey, Phil, and I. If you participate in that AMA, if you get your question answered, you will get lot in Dragonchain layer for participating. And that's a layer ownership token. Dumb or rude questions may be skipped. Just be aware of that. Link in description below. So get on there and at least ask some good questions. There are a lot of things that should be asked that haven't been so far. So it would be good. Also, we have a couple of new blogs. The first one was out a few days back, and it is on tokenization, enterprise NFT, KYC, anti-fraud, compliance, and etc. Basically, blockchain solutions for the financial world, for the financial industry, for banks. And it's a pretty valuable article based upon some things that we've been speaking to a couple of prospective customers about. And it's kind of a positioning on what is possible. It was kind of our official way to talk about what can be done in that world that a lot of those groups don't necessarily know is possible. So, and the next up, just out this morning, I believe, is the line of sight for blockchain-based predictive analytics. And this basically deals with enterprise NFT, access control, what we call line of sight, which is the ability for anyone in a supply chain to see all the way through the noise into their actual data and what's going on and what's coming up next. So a lot about security and very, very interesting, if sometimes dry topic, but it's very interesting because the technology is already here, and we have some work ongoing in this area. So hopefully we'll be able to talk more about real implementations sometime soon. Who knows? Okay. Next, we have Den.Social updates. So we're going to go over priorities. We have top of priorities right now is farming, or what is generally known as farming. It is lore rewards. So it's rewards with lore based on behavior within the system. It's coming very soon. We think very, very soon, but we'll let you know. And it will be, by the way, lore will be locked for LCP use only, potentially unlocked for internal swapping later. And who knows? But either way, we want at least everybody to understand that this is a very utility-focused exercise. So if you're not interested in utility, you might not care about this. But this is somewhat of course, it's a behavioral incentive. But it's tied directly into the system and not something that's going to leak value. So that's a good thing for people who are end-in and end-in for what I would think the right reasons. So anyway, mobile app. Next up on the list, We expect to submit it to the app stores this week. It might have already happened. I'll have to check in, but we think everything is in place. Most of the debugging is there. All of the tools are there so that we can debug anything that the larger number of users find. And, I've been using the app all the time. It is much improved, and there are even further improvements coming, but we're wanting at least to get it out now because the base functionality is there and some. And then the next bit is we wanted to cover something about Den governance, and that is that the way that Den works as an organization is it is a decentralized governance system that over time will become more and more decentralized. We have to basically use what we've learned this year and define how governance will work in 2021. We did have a plan in place if everything was just perfect and we loved it, but everything has worked, but we've learned a lot of things that we can do better. So our goals for the next definition or the next year would be to get more people to participate in the actual governance, to make it so that valuable denizens, and when I say valuable denizens, it is an objective measure. It is basically denizens that produce content, do great evaluations, or otherwise put skin in the game in the economy. So we want those people to have a say in how the system works. And the interesting thing about it is that if you're not thinking of this as a denizen, if you're thinking of it as a Dragonchain person, there is radically valuable IP in this intellectual property that we already know things about behavior systems that no one else does. We've already built and can prove out some of those things, and we've begun quite a bit talking to people in sales calls about how this technology can be applied. And that's the main purpose of this from the Dragonchain context, that we think behavior systems and decentralized governance applied to behavior systems are probably a new industry of its own coming. So that's a big deal. The other bit that we're looking at for goals is the automation. Right now, it is a somewhat annoying, complex, maybe even ugly process that we have in place. And that was literally to, as proof of concept, it was to make a workable system that we didn't have to code, because we knew that we would probably need to refactor how it worked. So we want to plug in an automation. Well, I don't want to say it's not an automation interface, but we want to plug in the ability for the user to vote based upon the votes they have available, proven, without using MetaMask, without going to MyCrypto to sign a message, basically, to do all that inert inside the system, so that on your mobile app you could say, hey, there's a vote, and I have 6 votes on this. I'm gonna right here say vote yes, no, whatever. And we will, of course, have governance votes about this as the year ends. I'm hoping that we start talking about it in the weekly calls, and probably we'll need some discussions inside the Den governance layer about this so that we can get feedback. But we have what I would think is a pretty solid model to start with. So at some point we will get that a little more formalized, documented, and put it out there for discussion. So if there are any holes, if people have any feedback, any ideas that could be added, then we can discuss them in the governance board and layer, and vote on them in the end before the end of the year, so that we can make sure we get it built out and ready to go. Okay, so that's all of Den. Now we go to the World Blockchain Roundtable update. Episode 15 is coming up this Thursday. the general subject of episode 15 is blockchain interoperability. So if you can, go leave a topic or question on the weekly post. You have a couple of days to do it. You should get in there and do it. There's still time for it to get noticed and upvoted. And make sure you do upvote the other replies, the other potential topics, the other potential questions. I think I need to talk to the team, but I think that we are going to try to do a lightning round so that you will at least get it answered. It might be in short, it might be in summary, but what we're probably going to do is run the show as normal, and either at the 45-minute mark or the hour mark, we will call lightning round, and you won't get rewarded if you get a topic in the lightning round, but at least you'll get an answer or answers, and at least they will be concise, because we will force conciseness this week. Anyway, so that's it for the updates. Make sure you watch us again, Super Happy Dragon Lucky, next Tuesday. And that's the AMA, I believe. And watch the World Blockchain Roundtable this Thursday. Make sure you follow Dragonchain Gang, Real Denizens, and me, Jojo Rowe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this episode. Thank you very much. Bye.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Adaptable, raw capital, label radical yet rational. A tactical approach is palpable if this animal is fallible, but that conclusion is laughable. So with for all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.